Getting started investing is hard because of the overwhelming amount of information out there. There are tons of different investing strategies, and these can cause confusion, loss of concentration, and ultimately cause us to give up. Sometimes the hardest part of investing is just getting started, trying to decide what type of investment strategy is best for you. I spent a long time trying to reinvent the wheel when it comes to my investment strategy until it hit me. Why not look to some of the world's most successful investors for inspiration? So that's when I got to work researching which investors I wanted to gain inspiration from. I'm going to share with you the top 5 investors that we take inspiration from, what the key lessons we've learned from each, and where you can look to find more information about their time-tested strategies. Hi everyone, I'm Chris, and thanks for tuning into our channel where we talk about achieving wealth and financial freedom through a 3-part strategy. Earn more, spend less, and invest the rest. There are 4 main criteria that we look for when assessing the investors that I'm highlighting today. Number 1, they use an investing process that is easy to understand. Number 2, they have a long record of proven success. Number 3, they use a long-term value investing approach. Number 4, they are open about their process and ideally have written a book detailing it. Beyond this, all the investors that we're listing today are managing more than $100 million, which means that the SEC require them to file a 13F filing at the end of every quarter. Now, this details exactly what they have in their portfolio at that time. By the way, for anyone who's new to investing, this is a great place to start to build a list of wonderful companies so that you can dig in deeper. All right, just as a side note, everyone, in the description, I'm going to put in links to all the relevant resources that I'm talking about so that you can take a look for yourselves. Before I get started with my list, I want to ask the question of the day. Who are your favorite investors and why? Go ahead and put this down in the comments section. I will be replying to every comment. Let's kick the list off with number 5, Guy Spear. Now, Guy is a Zurich-based investor who manages the Aquamarine Fund. Now, Guy has a very impressive resume. He graduated from Harvard Business School. He graduated from Oxford. He was an investment banker on Wall Street before he decided to step away from the high-speed traditional life of Wall Street and have a more authentic and more balanced life in Zurich with his family and his investing career. Now, like most of the value investors, he gets a lot of the value investing principles that he uses today from Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. Guy wrote a fantastic book called The Education of a Value Investor, which has some great nuggets of gold on investing, but more important to me, it lays out the process with which he created an environment best suited to a success in life and investing. That is a key lesson that we learned from Guy. Create an environment that allows you to be successful. That is a common theme with the investors on this list. They tend to stay away from the hustle and bustle of Wall Street and live in places that allows them to focus on their investments. Number 4 on our list is Monish Pabrai. Now, Monish is a Mumbai-born investor who currently lives in California. He graduated from Clemson with a computer engineering degree, which he used to start his own tech company. After selling this tech company for mega bucks, he used that and some money from family and friends to start his investment fund. Now, like Warren Buffett, Monish says that managing a business has made him a better investor, and being an investor has made him better at managing businesses. In June 2007, he made headlines by bidding $650,000 along with Guy Spear for a charity lunch with Warren Buffett. Monish Pabrai is the author of The Dhandho Investor and the book Mosaic, and I must say that The Dhandho Investor is one of my favorite investing books of all time. It stresses buying businesses that are being sold at such a discount that heads you win and tails you don't lose much. It's essentially like buying a free lottery ticket. Now, the key lesson we take away from Monish Pabrai is to buy businesses with high uncertainty and low risk. Now, he guest lectures at various universities, many of which he posts on his YouTube channel, so it's a great place to find his content. He also publishes articles for Forbes and on his blog, Chai with Pabrai. I am also very excited to say that Monish Pabrai is actually one of my 33 followers on Twitter. I don't know how to explain this other than maybe that he was eating some greasy food and his finger slipped. Number 3 on our list, Phil Towne. Now, Phil took a fairly indirect path to becoming one of our inspirational investors. He was a Vietnam vet working as a river guide when fate introduced him to a man that would change his life by teaching him value investing. Fast forward 40 years and he manages his own hedge fund and is an amazing resource for investing education, authoring New York bestsellers like Rule Number 1, Payback Time, and Invested, which he authored with his daughter Danielle. He has an amazing YouTube channel and does a podcast called Invested, also with his daughter Danielle. So he really provides lots of key information, really the nuts and bolts of value investing. And his content is a great place to start for anybody who's new to investing. His book, Rule Number 1, is really where Sam and I got our start when my mom gave it to me about 15 years ago. Number 2 on our list is Charlie Munger, and I think Charlie Munger is absolutely amazing. The dude is nearly 100 years old and is still sharp as a tack. Though Buffett is the more public and recognizable face of Berkshire Hathaway, it was really Charlie Munger who set the blueprint for the success that Berkshire Hathaway has experienced, really talking Buffett away from buying the cigar butt type investments that he was used to the more wonderful businesses at a fair price. Now, Charlie Munger has an insatiable appetite for knowledge, and he has given us more lessons than we can count. Places that you can find more about Charlie Munger would be the shareholder meetings of Berkshire Hathaway and the Daily Journal, as well as Poor Charlie's Almanac, which is a book containing all the speeches and interviews that he's done over the years. Number 1 on our list is Warren Buffett himself, the Oracle of Omaha. Many people consider him to be the greatest investor of all time, and he has grown Berkshire Hathaway into one of the largest companies in the world. There are many places to read about him, but some of the best places to go if you want to dig out a few nuggets of gold about investing is his letters to shareholders of Berkshire Hathaway. Now, these are free to download on the Berkshire Hathaway website, and there's about 60 years of them. And it is amazing to start from the beginning and read how he took a small textile firm in New England and grew it into one of the largest businesses in the world. Now, he has taught us many key lessons, but the one that sticks with me the most is there are only 2 rules of investing. Rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. This is just a reminder how important it is to buy great businesses at a discount. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed our list of our top 5 inspirational investors. Remember, there are lots of ways to be successful investing, and we're not simply suggesting you follow us. It's important to understand your investor's process, agree with it, and be able to follow it without letting too much emotion get in the way. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please do us a favor by hitting the like button, or better yet, subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to connect with us on our Facebook group and Twitter. And remember, earn more, spend less, and invest the rest. And we'll see you next time.